RBVN, Billerica, Massachusetts. RBVN, the only source for lots of news, weather, sports, top 10 list of everything and personality profiles. RBVN, Billerica, Massachusetts. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich from the RBVN studios in Billerica, Massachusetts, for the first video blog of the day for Tuesday, September 20th, 2016, around 6:58 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's foggy out today, humid, but hopefully the fog lifts and should be a nice sunny day in the afternoon in the mid-80s. Midsummer weather for going into fall. Some news to report from the RBVN Newswire. Boston Red Sox beat Baltimore Orioles by the score of 5-2. David Ortiz, his 35th home run last night of the season. Rick Porcello gets number 21. He's the odds-on favorite to win the Cy Young in the American League. Russia beat Team North America in the World Cup of Hockey by the score of 4-3. NBC Universal bought the low-powered Telemundo station in Boston, WTUM Channel 32, and it looks like for sure that NBC Boston is going to be WNEU Channel 60. And Sears has announced 64 more Kmart stores will be closing by Christmas. But Billerica, Massachusetts is not on the list. Only a matter of time before Kmart and Sears goes out of business. I'm predicting they'll be gone by the middle of 2017. And that's about it on the RBVN Newswire. I'll be back in a flash. I'm back! My first video blog subject of the day is about the 1990 movie that came out, Problem Child. Problem Child starred John Ritter as Ben Healy Jr. and Amy Yasbeck as Flo Healy, and Michael Oliver as Jr., and Gilbert Gottfield as Igor Peabody, and Jack Warden as Big Ben Healy Sr., and Michael Richards as Martin, who was a convict. And Problem Child was a very, very funny movie, and it was about a kid, Junior, who was in 33 foster homes before being in an orphanage, but he was adopted by Ben Healy Jr. and Flo Healy. It was directed by Dennis Dugan, produced by Robert Simons, and it was an association with Image Productions. That's a company that Ron Howard owns. It came out in 1990. The movie starts with a baby's being born, Junior's being born. After he's born, he pisses on his mother. Then he goes from foster home to foster home to foster home, but he gets in trouble a lot, so he gets thrown out of them. Eventually, all the foster parents just have given up on him, so they leave him in an orphanage, a Catholic orphanage run by nuns. And Junior continues to cause problems in the orphanage. And there's a couple, Ben Healy Jr. and Flo Healy, who is trying to conceive a baby. They're disappointed they cannot be invited to parties because the parties have kids and they don't have kids, so it would be awkward. And they also show like the doctors that Flo cannot have any children. And also Ben Jr. works for his father, Ben Sr., who's known as Big Ben, in a Big Ben sporting goods department. He worked for him for over 10 years, but Ben Sr. said that he's selling Big Ben's sporting goods stores to Japanese. They get all the land because he didn't want to sell it to his son because he wasn't ruthless. He was a nice guy. And then they have like Junior in the orphanage, and he's continued to cause problems. And he starts a pen pal relationship with a killer who's in a prison, a criminal called Martin. And he wrote to Martin that he was getting removed from the orphanage, and like Martin thinks Jay Hart is a criminal like him. They have a cameo appearance by WWE Hall of Fame and the Texas Tornado Kerry Von Erich in this movie. And then they have all the nuns with Mr. Peabody saying the nuns would quit if Junior is not removed from the orphanage. And then they tried to get Junior out of the orphanage. And then Ben and Flo go to the orphanage, and Peabody cons them that Junior is a sweet little kid. They adopt them. And then they had all the nuns outside wishing Junior luck, and like Ben, Junior, and Flo think they picked the litter of the bunch, but when they go on like home, driving out of the orphanage, the nuns have a big celebration. And then Ben, Junior, and Flo show Junior his new room, and it has clowns in it. Junior hates clowns. And then Ben Sr. comes in, and he wants to introduce him to the new his new grandson. And Ben Sr., Big Ben, thinks Flo's pregnant, but she can't conceive. So Ben Jr. and Flo show Junior's new room, but the room's on fire, and Junior caused the fire, even though Ben Jr. doesn't know about that. And Ben Sr. says, "It's the devil!" And Ben Sr. so mad, Big Ben, he says, "I'm not going to step through this house." And then the cat, whose fuzzball is like thrown onto like Big Ben by Junior, but Ben Jr. doesn't know about it. Big Ben falls downstairs. The ambulance comes and sends Big Ben to the hospital. And Big Ben Sr. says, "Get rid of that kid." And then Junior has his wallet, which has big bucks. And then Ben Jr. and Junior go camping. And Junior causes trouble, like peeing on the campfire and wanting to start a forest fire. The other kids say that's illegal. And then Junior bringing a real bear to scare the kids, who thought it was Roy, who was a neighbor of Ben and Flo's. And then Ben Jr. knocks out the bear, and Junior's laughing. And then Ben and Flo think, punish Junior. And then Junior gets invited to a party with Lucy, who is a snobby little girl. And this is Ben and Flo's first birthday party they go to get, because they have Junior now. And Big Ben is campaigning for mayor. And then like, Big Ben gives Junior to have bumper stickers and buttons to give out to the little kids and the parent, but he throws them in the trash and he gets $10 for it. And Lucy does not invite Junior to the magic show because she's snobby, and Junior's disappointed. And little Ben Jr. gives Junior something, a special thing to give because he's left out, a prune which is hardened, and Ben Jr. got that prune from his grandfather before he died, and he thinks it resembles Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or could it be Teddy Roosevelt, whatever. And then Junior causes havoc because he doesn't get into the magic show. He cuts off one of the girls' pigtails. He throws the gifts of Lucy in the pool, and he does havoc to the piñata. And then Flo and Ben says, "We got a big problem here." And then Ben punishes Junior. He has to take away his allowance, which is $1. And okay, while this was going on, Martin escapes from jail, and then he's running from the law because he wants to meet JR, who was Junior. And then JR, he has a mask, but smiley pie, so the police don't get him. And he continues on to meet JR, who was Junior. And then there's a baseball game to promote. Big Ben running for mayor, and Ben Jr. is the baseball coach for the team. They always lose, and Junior's sitting on the bench. He doesn't know how to play baseball, but when one of the players on Little Ben's team gets injured, Junior has to take his place, and Junior gets a hit, but he doesn't drop the bat, and then he knocks the first baseman out, hits him in the balls, and then they run, and all the kids are running, and then he knocks out the catcher, hitting him in the south of the border, and Junior says, "Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown," and Ben Jr. thinks, "We have adopted Satan." And then Flo and Ben Jr. and Junior go to the church, and Ben Jr. is pissed, and then Junior sneaks into the thing where people make confessions thinking he's a father, and then Ben Jr. says, he does the prayers, he says, and Ben Jr. confesses that he's horrible as a parent. Everybody hates Junior, his wife, his father, except him. But he's had it. He wanted to take him back to the orphanage the next day, and Junior says that's the worst thing you could do. And then Ben Jr. and Flo go to the orphanage the next day, Mr. Peabody, and Mr. Peabody says, "You conned us, you big bad parents," and it's funny, and they don't want to take him back to the orphanage didn't want to take it back to him, and then Ben and Flo say, "We gotta have this, we gotta love this kid, and he could be president of the United States." That's what Ben says, and Flo says, "President of the United States, are you crazy? He would probably be an axe murderer before that." And then Junior's mad. He doesn't believe Ben and Flo would love him forever. And then Junior drives Ben's car, and he's driving his car all across town. Next thing you know, they go to the parking lot of Big Ben's sporting goods store, and Junior crashes Big Ben's sporting goods store, causing a lot of damage. And later on in the day, a phone call comes for Ben Jr. Big Ben, because of all the damage to his store, wipes out Ben Jr.'s bank account. So Ben Jr.'s broke because of Junior. Unbelievable. And then Ben Jr.'s about to crack, and then he was going to beat up Junior. Then a relative comes. It's Martin, who is posing as Junior's uncle, and Ben Jr. and Flo were saying Junior was a nice kid and stuff, but Martin was looking for JR, the pen pal. And then Junior says, I'm the one who's been writing your newsletter, those letters for you. And he says, I got conned by an 8-year-old kid. And then the next day, Martin takes Flo and Junior, and Ben Senior's happy because he doesn't have to deal with them anymore. And then Ben Jr. goes into Junior's room, sees nice artwork of Flo, who's a monster, Ben Senior, Big Ben, who's a monster. But then he sees a drawing in him by Junior, and it's a nice drawing, a friendly drawing. He really liked me, and he kept the poon. And then there was ransom money that he wanted to see the kids again. And Ben Jr. needed money. And then he takes Roy's van, his next door neighbor, they're going for camping. He takes Super Dad. And then Ben goes to Big Ben's sporting goods store while when Ben Senior's trying to have a promo for campaign for mayor, he asks him, I need money to get my Junior back and Flo back. He says, are you out of your mind? And then Ben Jr. causes some trouble with a promo for Big Ben running for mayor. And then little Ben Jr. goes to try to find Junior and Flo. They're at a circus, and then Ben Jr. finds Junior, and then Martin puts Flo in a suitcase, and then Flo goes into a truck where there's pigs and stuff, and then they eventually arrest Martin. And Martin shoots at Ben Jr. And Ben Jr.'s knocked out, and Junior's crying, say, well, I would never be bad again. I won't do the things to you. And then Ben Jr. gets up, and he's okay. The prune saved his life. He had the prune. The police says, are you going to be okay? Yeah, I'm going to be okay. The prune has added. And then Junior calls Ben Healy Dad. And Junior had a bow tie throughout the movie because the killer, the criminal Martin wore a bow tie, and he threw the bow tie onto the highway. And at the end of the movie, Flo is saying something. It was getting mad. She went on vacation. And the movie was filmed in the Dallas, Texas area, and it was a big hit. It only had a budget of $10 million, but it made $70 million in 1990. That's an equivalent of well over $100 million. Problem Child was seen a lot during the 1990s on the USA Network. It seemed they showed it maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And the Problem Child had Problem Child 2, a Problem Child cartoon series, and a made-for-TV movie, Problem Child 3. And Problem Child is one of the best comedy movies of all time, in my humble opinion. Every time I watch it, it's more and more funny. And that's about it on Problem Child. Be back later, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+, with 2 more video blogs coming your way. First will be about the former professional wrestling tag team Bad Cop Company, Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond. They were also known as the Orient Express in WWE. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about former NHL defenseman and former Bruins general manager Mike O'Connell. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Roseblood, WCCO accent, has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt's so stunning, she's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 is such a cougar. She's got the best legs in New York City. And Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And have a good day.